Where do you think you're going?
I wanted to have a look around, that's all.
There's a heap of trouble here for men like you. Are you telling me you just want to look around? Ha! So you're headed for the farm. Why else would you have trudged all the way here, So don't give me any of that bullshit, and let me search you and you can go on your way.
Suit yourself. Search me then.
Now then, let's see what we have here. Ah, gold. It can be very dangerous carrying so much gold around. A lot of mercenaries are real cutthroats, not honest fellows like me. I only want 50 gold pieces from you. That's the toll here. And you only need to pay once. That's fair, isn't it?
I have come to join you.
Nice for you. Do you understand that the mercenaries are going to vote whether you get to join them or not?
And? How are things?
Not many people come this way, but up to now, every one of them has paid my toll.
And?
Not...
Will you vote for me?
But then, why not? 50 gold pieces is a fair price for a vote, don't you think?
Wants to know.
You don't have to tell me that.
What do you want?
You really should believe everything you hear.
I want to join up with Lee.
Lee won't have much to say around here if he keeps on this way.
What do you mean?
He wants us all to sit around here and twiddle our thumbs. Intimidate a few farmers now and then, and that's it. Silvio always says offense is the best defense, and damn right he is.
I'm staying out of it. Deserve that.
Who is Silvio?
Our next leader, if you ask me. If you plan on asking him if you can join us, forget it. You look like you're barely good for herding sheep.
So don't tell me that. That's true as much.
I want to have a look around the farm.
Don't go into the building on the left. Silvio's in there. He's not in a good mood right now. If he sees a weakling who doesn't belong on the farm, he might get the idea of venting his bad mood on you.
Quite obvious.
Methinks I'm gonna punch you in the face.
What?
That's exactly what you need right now.
I've been too nice to you so far, haven't I?
You don't have to tell me.
Oh my God!
Finish him! That hit the spot.
Nothing amazes me anymore. You mustn't believe everything
He really should have known better.
That was obvious. You don't have to tell me that. I can't believe that.
That'll never change.
We'll see about that.
Wait a minute.
All right, you win. What do you want?
I'm not telling you anything new.
I'd like to become a mercenary here. Do you mind?
Do whatever you want.
Tell you. Where did you pick that up
The
then?
things I could tell you.
Yeah, he really said that. Believe me.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
How are things?
What do you want from me, weenie?
Nobody will
Tell me that isn't true.
Can you teach me how to handle two-handed weapons?
Listen, boy. It takes a lot of strength to wield a two-handed weapon. Why don't you slink off to the pasture for a game of ring around the rosy with the sheep?
Had to happen sooner or later.
I am strong enough.
Nonsense. You couldn't even lift a decent sword like mine.
I said I am strong enough.
Oh, you're killing me. Want to risk a little bet?
No one really wants to do that.
No one really
I bet I can handle your sword.
Really?
We should have known.
How much should I relieve you of? Well, you look like a poor sucker. Let's make it 30 gold pieces. Do you even have that much?
Sure.
Let me see then.
Here.
All right, let's see how strong you are.
About this strong.
Looks like you got me there. I never expected that. You really don't look like you have that much strength in you. Well, I guess I just lost 30 gold pieces. Here you are. Now give me back my weapon.
same old thing over again.
I think not.
What was that?
I think I'm going to keep it a little longer.
Just you wait, you bastard.
Ah, a fight?
Don't take any crap!
Hit him!
Go ahead, hit back! Not bad.
You don't have to tell me that.
No one really wants to hear that.
I couldn't get away with that.
I used to say that myself.
Don't you try that again.
Wait a minute.
All right, you win. What do you want?
There's more, believe me.
I want to join the mercenaries.
So what about handing me my sword back first, eh?
Here's your sword back.
High time, too.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Okay, I don't carry grudges. You can fight, and that's what counts. Most of the lads here think nothing of a little brawl amongst friends. You'll get used to that. As far as I'm concerned, you're in.
I used to say that myself.
Can you teach me how to handle two-handed weapons?
I'm not a bad fighter, but that doesn't mean I'm a good teacher.
Never change.
Still, I think I can show you the basics of two-handed combat anyway.
There's more.
I want to improve my two-handed fighting skills.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
Been there, done that.
And that's the truth.
I'm staying out of it.
Doing all right?
Hey, I know you. From the colony. What do you want here?
I've come to join you.
Why not? I've got nothing against it.
Nobody wants
Anyway,
to
you freed our mine from the guards back then. But don't count on getting along with the others here so easily. A lot of newbies have come along since then, and some of the old mercenaries won't remember you. I almost didn't recognize you. You look rather haggard.
When the barrier fell, I barely got away with my life.
Looks like you got lucky then.
Do you have anything to sell?
Oh, don't ask. Bennett, one of the new guys, takes care of the weapons and armor now. In the colony, I was responsible for Lee's entire weapons store. And then along came a trained smith and pow, I'm out of a job. I desperately need a new job, even if all I do is guard the farms out there. I don't care, just as long as I'm not twiddling my thumbs here anymore.
I couldn't care less.
Have you tried finding a job in town?
In the city? Wild horses couldn't drag me there. Or do you think I would want to work there as a militia soldier? I could just imagine myself in the courtier's uniform, and then that obsession with obedience. Nah, forget it. There may not be anything to do here on the farm, but at least I can do what I want.
I couldn't get away with that.
Can you teach me anything?
I can teach you a few tricks in handling a bow if you want. I don't have anything better to do right now anyway.
I want to learn more about archery.
What should I teach you?
And that's the truth.
And? Found a new task yet?
Not so far. Let me know if you have a job for me.
That was obvious all along business.
You can't rely on him.
If he doesn't see that, you should really have known better.
Hello, pretty girl.
Just where did you escape from?
I'm not telling you anything with you completely.
Don't say you didn't know that.
I agree with you completely. I'm never telling you anything new.
What kind of work is to be had here on the farm?
My father pays money to all the men who help defend the farm. Are you interested?
It's outrageous.
You don't look like someone who has a passion for field labor.
How much does your father pay?
You'd have to negotiate that with him. All I know is that each mercenary here gets paid every day.
You have to study this, sort things out.
Are there any rules here that I should stick to?
You don't touch anything here that isn't yours. You stay away from the areas that are none of your business. And if you must pick a fight, stick to the mercenaries. If you start a brawl with the farmers, everybody here will be against you.
That's not what I...
They say you are revolting against the king.
My father has decided that it's time we defended ourselves.
That's all just...
The militia never helped us anyway. They only came here to drag off our provisions.
Didn't get that from me.
What's your job here?
I sell the goods that we produce. If you want to buy something, just let me know. But let me warn you, I won't stand for either haggling or stealing, understood?
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Has anything significant happened lately?
A few days ago, my father decreed that we're no longer allowed to sell anything in town. So now I'm staying here on the farm and selling my wares to visitors only.
That's been going on a long time.
Show me your ware.
What can I offer you?
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Nobody will have any sway.
Of course, we don't
He would have thought of that himself.
He really should have known
Thought
better.
about it different time.
How are things?
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible.
I used to deal in swamp weed back in the colony. Remember?
I want to join Lee's people.
Lee's people. If Lee keeps on this way, they soon won't be his anymore.
Why?
Lee has always been a quiet one. It was that way in the colony, too. But lately, he's overdoing it. He just wants to sit here and wait until the paladins drop dead from starvation. Silvio thinks we should clean up a bit on the small farms and outside the city. I think that would make for an excellent change. At the moment, most of us are just twiddling our thumbs here. Do you want to join up anyway?
Insisted he knew better. That's all just gossip.
I want to become one of you no matter what.
You already know that we take a vote on every new recruit.
What are you hinting at?
Well, I haven't had anything to smoke in a long time. Bring me a few swamp weed reefers and you got my vote. You can surely scare some up someplace.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
And what are you dealing in now?
Ah, don't ask. I brought a whole package of swamp weed with me from the mining colony. Many of the mercenaries like a little smoke now and then. I'd earned a small fortune on the side. But some bastard stole all the weed from my chest. I'm pretty sure it was that Bodo. He bunks in the same room as me, and he always grins at me like such an idiot.
That's been known a long time.
What are you going to do about the thief then?
One of these days, I'll catch him puffing away on my weed, and then I'll find a quiet spot and teach him a lesson he won't forget. If I knock him down here in the middle of the yard, the other farmers will notice, and I'll pay an arm and a leg.
How come?
Quite simple. We can't rough up the farmers, otherwise Lee makes us pay a heavy fine. That's the way Onar wants it. And the more witnesses there are, the more of a fuss there is. That makes things more expensive. So I'll pull the thing off nice and inconspicuously.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Show me your wares.
I don't have any swamp weed at the moment. Do you want something else?
Ever change. That's all just gossip. Nothing amazes me anymore. That's not what I heard. I've thought about it differently. I'm not telling you anything new.
How's it going?
The militia has bullied us long enough. Now that the mercenaries are on our side, they won't dare to just show up here anymore. The king may think he can get away with anything, but we're not going to take it anymore.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Got my
Cipher told me somebody stole a package of swamp weed from him.
And?
He thinks you're the one who took it.
Oh, that's why the guy is always gawping at me so stupidly. I've been extra friendly to him lately because he seems to have hit a rough spot. But there was nothing I could do. I'd look at him friendly-like and he'd stare at me like he wanted to kill me.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Give me that weed or else.
Listen, all I've got is this one reefer of weed. Take it and leave me alone. You know that Onar's mercenaries look out for us, right? So don't do anything stupid.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
That was obvious all along.
What do you want from me?
I don't believe this is gonna change.
See that? I can't help it.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Oh, and why do you think I should be in favor of you being accepted
Nobody
here?
ever asked for my opinion.
I can't help it.
Put me to the test.
Thought of that.
Did Lee send you to me?
No.
Then what are you blathering at me for?
I'm not telling you anything new. All that matters is strength.
Been there, done that.
So don't tell me that.
It was just like you said.
I'm not telling you anything new. Sorry. That's been going on a long time.
That's no secret.
Let's wait and see.
What are you smoking there?
Want a toke?
Sure.
Not bad, huh?
Where did you get the stuff?
I have my sources.
I want to join the mercenaries. Do you mind?
Who cares?
Have you ever tried shroom tobacco?
Sounds interesting. Give it here. All right, here we go. Have you ever smoked that stuff yourself?
Well,
Have you or haven't you?
I've been sort of busy.
Oh, shit. Holy robar. That stuff is way too harsh. Don't even try it.
Do you do anything besides smoke?
Not at the moment.
Cipher told me that someone stole a package of swamp weed from him. Would you know anything about that?
No.
I'll knock it out of you.
Relax, I'm way too stoned to fight with you. Here, first take a big toke.
Where's the package?
What do I know?
Where's the package?
What do I know?
Where's the package?
What do I know? Just you. Well, we'll see the next time.
Where's the package?
Okay. I sold it to some bum in town. It was at the harbor. I can't remember what he looked like.
Could it be that you need another thrashing?
Honest, man, I was totally stoned. I don't have the slightest idea what the guy looked like. It was at the harbor near the boat builders. That's all I can remember.
It can't go on like this forever.
Hey! I know who took your weed.
Who? Was it that Bodo?
No, one of the mercenaries did it. Dar.
That bastard. Where is he?
Finding him won't help you. He doesn't have the package anymore. He sold it in Khorinis.
Where is he?
Behind the kitchen building on the corner.
I'll flatten him. You poor sucker. He didn't even have any gold on you.
Well, we'll see the next time.
There's more, believe me. Better to watch out who you tell what. Some problems solve themselves. I'm no better off myself. Tell me that isn't true. You have to feel sorry for the poor guy. That'll only cause more trouble. There's nothing you can do about it. I've got no time for things like that. It's exactly what I said. Some problems solve themselves. I'm no better off myself. Don't say anything. That's totally obvious. That's been going on a long time. I'm staying out of it.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Hey! Hey! You really gave Dar what for? Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, that felt good.
Not to him, I suppose.
The little beggar has no business going through my chest.
That's not what I heard.
About the swamp weed. I'll see what I can do. Would this package of swamp weed happen to be yours?
Well, I'll be... Where'd you get that?
It's a long story.
Doesn't matter. Really, you're a decent guy. Here, take this as a reward. Have fun with it. First, let me roll a few.
About the swamp weed.
You brought back my packet. Now everything will be all right. I'm certainly gonna vote for you.
Hey, hello, I'm new here.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm not really in the mood for conversation. I'm totally wrecked.
You're awfully busy, huh?
You can say that again. Bennett makes so many weapons that I can hardly keep up with the polishing.
What can you tell me about the farm?
This is Onar's farm. That big building is his house. He vacated a wing for the mercenaries. We farmers have had to bunk in the barn ever since. But it's all right with me. It's good that we have people who guard the farm. The building here is the kitchen. Maybe you'll be lucky and Thekla will have something for you to eat.
That's all just gossip.
I don't believe this is going to change.
What about the mercenaries?
Onar hired them to keep the city militia off our backs. But they also guard the farm, the sheep, and us farmers. So don't even think about stealing anything or rummaging around in somebody's chest. They're just waiting for a chance to knock you down.
Can I buy weapons from you?
I don't have much. We take almost all the swords and axes into Onar's house.
It can't go on like this forever.
not what I've known a long time.
Of course we got him in the end. I do not sell any weapons. Khaled does. He's in the house with Onar. Of course we got him in the end.
What kinds of weapons do you make?
Plain swords at the moment, not much else. But if I had some magic ore, I could forge weapons that are better than all comparable weapons made from regular old steel. You wouldn't happen to know where to find some around here? Besides in the Valley of Mines, I mean.
No.
Of course not.
Are you with the farmers or the mercenaries?
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
I was just curious.
Have you ever seen a farmer who also forges weapons?
No.
Then why do you ask such stupid questions?
I want to join the mercenaries.
Stop blabbering then. Go to Torlof and let him put you to the test.
Can you teach me how to forge a sword?
Sure. That'll cost you a bit, though. Let's say 30 gold pieces.
Fine. Here's 30 for you.
Of course we can. That was a damn good price, too. We can start as soon as you're ready. You didn't get that from man like Beliar himself was out.
Teach me how to forge magic ore weapons.
But you don't even know the basics. First, you need to learn how to forge a decent sword. Then we'll see.
What about forging equipment?
What do you need? I can't believe this is gonna change.
He already said that.
You didn't get that from me.
He insisted he knew better. He never would have told me to know that.
I've got my own opinion.
It's not what I heard.
Nobody wants to know.
If you have a problem with wolves or field raiders, go talk to one of the younger mercenaries. You can come to me when the paladins show up here.
What?
Whenever one of you peasants comes to me, it's always about slaughtering innocent beasts.
I'm not a peasant.
Oh? What is it you want then?
I want to become a mercenary.
You look more like someone who's been born to work in the field, boy. Can you wield a weapon then? So, how about one-handed weapons?
I'm not so bad at that.
And two-handed weapons then?
I'm surely gonna get better.
Well, at least you're not a damn beginner. All right, I'm gonna vote you in. Whatever else you need to know, you can learn from me.
What should I learn first, one-handed or two-handed combat?
Those two types of arms are rather similar. As soon as you reach the next level with one type of weapon, you automatically learn for the other as well. If, for instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hander. If you train with one type of weapon only, you'll find the training more exhausting. If you always train both, you'll arrive at the same result with less effort. In the end, the outcome will be the same either way. It's your choice.
I've heard that you belong to the Ring of Water.
What rat has not been able to keep his big trap shut?
Lares said you could help me if I told you that I reside beneath his wing.
Looks like I've got a deal with you now, doesn't it? All right, so what do you need? And be damn careful about what you tell me. For if I don't like what I hear, I just might skin you alive.
You could help me to get accepted by the mercenaries.
I can just see it now. Right, I'll try. What else?
That's all.
That shouldn't be too hard. And woe betide you if I hear that you can't keep your trap shut. And I'm only saying this once, understand?
Help me become a mercenary.
Let me think. You've got to get past Torlof if you want to make any progress here. Have you already seen Torlof about it?
Not really.
So go ahead.
What are the advantages of one-handed or two-handed weapons?
A good question. I see you've given the subject some thought. One-handed weapons are faster, but a little weaker. Two-handers cause more damage, but you can't strike as fast. Also, you need more strength to wield a two-hander. This means additional training. The only way to become really good is to invest a lot of effort.
Teach me how to fight.
I can train you to use a one-handed sword, but you're not good enough yet to wield a two-hander. I don't waste my time with beginners.
Hey, you! Everything all right?
Ah, an unfamiliar wanderer. I am very busy, so what do you want?
What are you doing here?
Well, the things a woodcutter and hunter usually do.
What interesting things are there to see here?
Interesting is well put. If you go deeper into the woods here, you'll run into some very evil fellows. They're about 10 feet tall, hairy, and in a really bad mood. So don't go there if you're not strong enough for them.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
Sure, but first get me something decent to eat. I'm dying of hunger out here. I want a bottle of milk, a loaf of bread, and a fat ham. Then I'll teach you what you want.
Here's the food you wanted.
Fantastic. And now?
Teach me how to hunt.
What do you want to learn?
What are you doing here?
Guarding sheep. And if possible, staying out of trouble.
Doesn't always work, does it?
Nah, especially not with the mercenaries. I'm really glad to be out here in the pasture, although it can be dangerous too.
What's so dangerous in the pasture?
There's a small pack of wolves that roams the area. Lately, the damn beasts have come by and eaten one of my sheep almost every day. A few days ago, I had almost twice as many sheep. I don't want to think what Onar will do to me when he finds out.
Why didn't you tell the mercenaries about the wolves? I thought they worked for you.
Yeah, I know. I should have done that, but I didn't, damn it. And now, with so many sheep gone, I'm afraid to tell anyone about it at all.
But you just told me.
I'm already regretting that, too.
What if I kill those wolves?
You? By yourself? I don't believe it. I'd sooner trust my bellwether to do that.
Forget it. It was just a suggestion. I'll go over to the boys and see what they say about it.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're the greatest and you can take on 100 wolves at once, no problem. Mostly they lurk between the trees near the pasture. I think there were only 4.
How are you? And how are your sheep?
I'm fine, and so are the sheep. That is, the ones that are still here are doing all right.
Can I buy a sheep?
Anytime, if you can pay the price. A sheep will cost you 100 gold pieces. If you pay, you can take a sheep, but you have to treat it well.
Nothing to be had there. I've done in the wolves.
You did it! Thank Innos. But now I still don't know how to tell Onar that all those sheep are gone. It's all that damn Bulko's fault.
What did you say about Bulko?
He's one of the mercenaries. It was actually his job to guard the pasture. But instead, he and his pal Silvio hang around Thekla in the kitchen all day. It's that bastard's fault if I don't get paid for weeks because of the lost sheep. I wish I could at least punch him in the mouth for it, but nobody stands a chance against him. The guy's a killer.
thinks it's as easy as that.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
What's up?
Since Onar announced he was hiring mercenaries, the court's been overflowing with nothing but rogues. All the rabble who didn't have the guts to come out of the woods before are here now. The bastards really came from everywhere.
The mercenaries came from everywhere?
Most of them came from the penal colony. Another group of mercenaries came from the south, where they were probably hunting orcs. I bet that a few of the bandits from the mountains have shown up as well by now to get a free meal. Huh.
What's up?
All the
I cleaned it around the house. I never knew that time.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
To the house, of course.
Onar pays us not to let guys like you in here.
I want to talk to Lee.
What do you want from him?
That's all just gossip these days.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Fresh cannon fodder. Then go on in. Lee's in the right wing. Don't even think about wandering around anywhere else. But above all, leave Onar alone. He doesn't like it when people talk to him without being asked, especially not guys like you.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
He really didn't deserve that.
Everything fine with you?
If it's something important, go talk to Lee. Otherwise, leave me alone.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Who the devil let you in here? What are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
What makes you think that?
Gorn told me it was you who brought down the barrier.
Yes, that was me, all right.
I never would have thought that a man could survive something like that. What brings you here? You aren't here without a reason.
Gorn told you about me? What happened to him?
You remember him, don't you?
Sure.
He got caught by the Paladins and was sent back to the Valley of Mines with a penal convoy. If the road to the Valley of Mines wasn't plastered with Paladins and orcs, I'd have sent a couple of the boys already to free him. But the way things are, there's no point. Poor devil.
What exactly are you doing here?
Quite simple. I'm gonna see to it that we all get off this island. Onar hired us to defend his farm, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But our reward is more than just our pay. By helping the farmers, we cut the city off from its provisions. And the less the Paladins have to eat, the sooner they'll listen when I finally make them an offer of peace.
What is your offer going to look like?
Essentially, it will be about our pardons and free passage to the mainland. You'll learn more when the time comes.
I want to join you.
I'd hope you say that. I can use every able man here. The last mercenaries I accepted have done nothing but stir up trouble. In principle, you can start right away. Well, first there's one or two things that we need to get straight, but it's no big deal.
I absolutely must talk to the Paladins in town. Can you help me get to them?
What's your business with the Paladins?
That's a long story.
I've got time.
Zardoz sent me on a mission. He wants me to obtain a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos.
So you're still allied to that necromancer. I see. And the Paladins have this amulet?
As far as I know, yes.
I can help you get to the Paladins, but first you need to become one of us.
How can you help me get to the Paladins?
Trust me, I've got a plan. I think you're the right man for it. I'll take you to the Paladins, and you'll do me a favor. But first, join us.
How can I convince the mercenaries to vote me in?
By doing what is expected of you as a mercenary, I should say. Talk to Torlof. He's usually outside in front of the house. He'll put you to the test. If you can pass that, you should have earned a large part of the necessary respect. He'll tell you everything else you need to know.
What do you know about the Ring of Water?
I might have known. You just have to mingle in everything, don't you?
Come on, tell me.
I'm only marginally involved in this. I know that this secret guild exists here and that the water mages are behind it. Since the fall of the barrier, I am no longer bound to the agreement I came to with the water mages back then. Of course, I still help when I can, but most of the time, I have my own problems and barely any time for other things. If you want to know more about it, you should probably talk to Cord. He's one of them, as far as I know.
I'm ready to join you.
Not before you've...
You hardly know who to believe these days.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
He said you would help me.
Fine, so here we go. There are two things you have to do before you can join us. First, you have to prove that you're capable of mastering the tasks that you will have to fulfill as a mercenary. I'll put you to the test. And second, you have to earn the respect of the other mercenaries.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Well, how can I earn the respect of the other mercenaries?
For most of them, it'll be enough if you fulfill your task and pass my test. Or you'll have to find some other way of convincing some of them. Some will try and exploit your situation, and others may not like your mug. You should try to get along with as many of the boys as possible. But if nothing else helps, then you can always take part in a duel. If you win, you'll earn the respect of most of them. But watch out that you don't kill one of them by accident, because then you'll have a big problem.
Why did you pick that up then?
What are the rules for a duel?
Quite simple. Both opponents have to have the opportunity to draw their weapons before the first blow. You can't just go and belt one of the men without warning. There has to be some sort of spoken challenge, an insult, or another reason to fight. None of the other men will interfere in a fight like that, unless one of the two gets killed in the duel.
What about you? Will you vote me in?
If you can prove that you can fulfill the duties of a mercenary, yes.
Tell me that. Just like you said.
Can you help me improve my abilities?
I could show you how to use your strength better in close combat. A lot of fighters are very weak because they don't have the technique to use their strength properly. The same is true for dexterity and ranged weapons.
I want to improve my abilities.
Step in and sort things out.
He tells you that, know that. I can't help it.
What are my duties as a mercenary?
Onar hired us for two reasons. He wants us to keep the militia off his back, and he wants us to keep things in order on his farms. That includes collecting the rent when the small farmers won't pay. So, what'll it be?
That's all just gossip.
You hardly know what to believe anymore.
I'll deal with the militia, don't worry.
The farmer Bengar has complained that lately the militia from the city has been getting on his nerves. They're pressuring the farmer, probably trying to make him break with Onar. I want you to go to his farm and make it clear to the militia that they have no business there. Questions?
How can I find Bengar's farm?
In the southwest of the valley is a big stairway that leads to a high plain. That's where Bengar's farm is. If you get lost, ask the farmers in the fields how to find your way around the area.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
How's my reputation among the mercenaries?
Let's see. Wolf says he has nothing against you joining. Cord thinks you'd be good enough to join. Cipher says that for him it was crystal clear that you'd get to join. Something seems to have made him really happy. You seem to have convinced Rod that you're strong enough. Sentenza will vote for you. He says you were a very reasonable man. I don't need to say anything about Silvio and Bolko. Those two morons are against everyone. Buster says you're okay, and Dar says you're a blabbermouth. But his vote doesn't count for very much here. The rest of the mercenaries haven't said anything. Most of them are just waiting to see if you pass the test. At any rate, you won some fair duels already. You're far from done, kid. If you want us to accept you, you'll have to do something for it.
I couldn't be so sure. That was obvious all along.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible. I was in the colony too.
Right. What do you want?
I want to become a mercenary.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Where's the problem?
Well, I either have to vote for you or against you. And in the situation we're in, I'll only vote for you if I can be sure that you're on Lee's side.
How's the situation?
Right now, we've got real trouble. Two factions are building up amongst us mercenaries. Silvio and his people doubt that Lee is following the right plan.
How come there are two factions?
Most of us came out of the colony with Lee back then. But some of the mercenaries hooked up with us later. They didn't come from the colony, but were farther south fighting the Yorks. Somehow they got wind that Lee needed people. Their leader was Silvio. He agreed that Lee was in charge, but now he's trying to stir up the mercenaries against him and his plan. A lot of Lee's people don't think that it's a big problem, but I know guys like Silvio. He'll go to extremes to realize his ideas.
Do you know what Lee's intentions are?
Lee wants us to wait and starve the paladins in the city. He is planning to get us all away from the island, and Enos knows I've got nothing against getting away from here. I don't really know how he's planning to go about it, but I trust him. He's led us well so far.
Do you know what Silvio is planning?
Silvio found out that some of the paladins have moved out to the old colony. He says the rest of the paladins wouldn't dare to attack us here and wants to take advantage of the situation. Plunder the small farms, waylay the militia patrols outside the city, hold up travelers, things like that. But Lee thinks that would be the worst thing we could do in our situation.
So what should I do?
Simple. Beat up a few of Silvio's boys. That way both sides will know exactly where you stand. And if you stick to the rules for a duel, you'll even win the respect of the others.
Which of the mercenaries are Silvio's men?
There are 6 men. First of all, Silvio himself and his right-hand man, Bolko. Then there's Rod, Sentenza, Fester, and Raoul. The rest of the people are either neutral or on Lee's side.
How many of Silvio's people should I defeat?
If you knock 3 of them to the ground, then you've proven which side you're on. Whom you choose is your business. Just one little hint. This isn't about proving your courage. Don't go up against Silvio himself. He'll make mincemeat out of you.
What are the rules for a duel?
Go to Torlof and let him explain, just so we understand.
How many of Silvio's men are still on my list? Rod looks a little worse for the wear. Fester tried to take me for a ride. That was his mistake. I went to see Raoul.
And?
He was badly in need of a proper licking.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm impressed. If Lee asks me, I can vote for you without hesitation.
Sooner or later. That's trouble as it is. My problem. I'm not telling you anything here. He didn't get that from me. Nobody ever asked for my opinion. Completely. That was really deserve that.
wants to know himself.
I've heard a thing or two. So where are we headed then?
Are you the foreman here?
I'll give you one upside the head, you rascal. If you want to go ambling across my land, you'll pay me.
Your land? Are you the farmer here?
You can bet on that. Why else would I make you pay me a toll? I don't mind if you go ask the others about me.
Forget it. You won't get anything from me.
Then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to tan your hide.
Come on and try it then.
Well, in that case... Well, at least you've got some gold on you. I think I'll take your weapon. You'll... Don't you try that again.
So, still got that big mouth?
Don't beat me, please! I'll even go back to work, okay?
How are things?
Ah, a new face here on the farm. Has the old skinflint finally granted me an apprentice?
I'm not an apprentice.
Oh, I see. I'm not as young as I used to be, you know, and I've been waiting for a replacement for years. You aren't here because the neighbors are annoyed, are you?
What's the work you do here?
Oh, I guard the sheep, and I've been doing that for as long as I can remember. The animals are very loyal and very smart, you see. If you treat them well, they'll follow you for a lifetime.
What's the trouble with your neighbors?
The grass on this side of the big field is always so stunted and dry, so I mostly go to the big pastures of the other farmers. Ooh, the landowner doesn't mind, but Bengar, the farmer on the high pastures, always makes a big deal out of it when I take the animals up there. He says Sekab should pay if I take his animals onto Bengar's pasture, but Sekab won't spend a measly coin for that, so I can't go up onto the plateau anymore.
Maybe I should talk to Bengar.
You do that for me? What will you tell him? I mean, I don't want any trouble, you hear?
We'll see about that. Have you seen any...
I certainly have. They were
Where can I find the high pastures in Bengar's farm?
Follow this path and cross the big crossroad. If you stick to the right, you'll see a big outcropping of rock. Behind that, to the right, are the high pastures and the pass.
Everything else all right?
Oh, I can't complain. Thanks for asking.
Well, kiddo?
That's no way for a farmhand to talk to me.
Are you in charge?
No, I'm...
Amazing. Is that...
Of course, they...
There's...
Yes, not that I haven't...
But...
He just... My father's quite...
Maybe I...
Do you mean that?
All right.
But hurry up.
Hey, you! Hey! I need...
He hasn't got...
By
You're a real...
The best.
I think...
Never mind.
If you say...
Hey! So...
Stand... The filth only... If I...
But of... Why don't...
Before they even turn...
What are you doing on my...
Isn't there a piece of land...
Go to work. Then...
Listen.
I don't have any work.
Listen.
I don't have any work. So, I had expected, but they're just... So what about the...
No, not all...
Then hurry up.
staying out of it. Nothing's ever gonna change. Better to watch out who you tell what. Nobody wants. There was no big deal. Who said that? There've been all kinds of rumors. Things would have turned out differently. You already know that. He should have known that. Some of that isn't true. Who said that? It's totally obvious. You don't have to tell me that. Who said that? He thinks it's as good as it is. I'm staying out of it. He was falling down drunk. Who said that? Nobody wants to know. That'll never change. He was falling down drunk.
Halt! You can't.
I want to talk.
Oh, I see. But only if you know his name.
He should have known better.
Dexter.
Well, I guess you get too close, so take a deep...
It's better to watch out who you tell what. That's no secret. I couldn't get away with that. That'll only cause more trouble. You already know what I think.